Hello guys, this is Dr. Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El. And like I promised you guys, I was going to do another Star Wars The Poop is Rising review. So I was going to do that with spoilers, of course. I just wanted to wait for you guys to get, to watch it. And those of you guys that still didn't watch it, congratulations, you dodged the big bullet. It is better than the crappy 3 that was released in the trilogy, so it is better than the trilogy, this crappy trilogy, but it obviously doesn't hold a candle to Rogue One, to the originals, to even to the prequels that were horrible to begin with. It had some good parts, but some horrible parts in there. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for giving me positive feedback about it on the original review I did for you guys. And now, like I promised, I was going to do this one and end it. So let's get right to it. Okay guys, so I have a deal with myself. I watch every Star Wars movie 4 times. Okay, so that it's just like the fourth, the Force. It's kind of corny, but that's what I do, and I try to read things that I don't see things in the original, so I'll see it in the first time I see it, so I'll see it in the second time and third time and eventually fourth time. So yeah, I made this poop fest a lot of money, but I did it, I did enjoy getting all these cool memorabilia and all of that stuff that I showed you guys in the previous video about the Amiibo. Oh, if you look at that episode before this, I show you pretty much all the cool stuff that came in every and every theater had a different thing, and I really went for that, and I wanted to see the movie obviously too, to see how the heck they're going to end this and fix this. First off, I gotta give J.J. Abrams some credit, so I'm gonna start off by saying this. Okay, J.J. Abrams was obviously taken over by Disney. Now this, he sold out to Disney, but it's not really a sellout. If you have, and I know a lot of people are angry with him, especially because he spoke for Disney against the fans and all of that stuff. Well, guys, he sold out for a reason, okay? His job, this is his bread and butter job. This is what he does, okay? He's a producer. He's a director. This is what he does. And if you screw with Disney, as many actors did before, they'll never see the light of day ever in Hollywood, okay, in Shittywood. And that's the problem, what's going on right now. So J.J. Abrams, basically, I believe what happened is after the second, the last poop, the last Jedi, that was a complete train wreck, okay? The first one, The Poop Awakens, okay? The Force Awakens, I'm going to say, was horrible. And then we're going to start off with that. It's horrible because the actors, it was very dry. The characters were extremely dry. Rey, who never battled before, suddenly discovers she has powers and becomes the ultimate of ultimate fighters, that she's even defeated a guy called Kylo Ren, who's supposed to be the biggest badass in the universe, him and his buddies, the Knights of Ren, if you guys read about it, completely slaughtered the entire Jedi Order. And on top of that, all the big Jedis they killed, and this is what happens. She's defeating him like he's a piece of trash. Now, again, this is what happens when Disney tries to, to push an agenda. I don't mind them pushing an agenda, in anything. You have a right to. If you own, as a director myself, if you want to push anything, you're the storyteller. You go ahead and do that. But do yourself, do one favor when you're trying to push the agenda. Make it in a way that you're not screwing up the story. Their main concern was making her the Supergirl and all the men stupid. I think we can agree with that. I had women who are Star Wars fan and men who are Star Wars fan. My wife is a big Star Wars fan, as I am, and she was completely outraged by it because Star Wars isn't about men versus women. It's about a unity. They both did great. And they bring these modern day politics and completely poop all over. It's kind of like going to Taco Bell, eating one of those refried bean things and pooping all over the place. That's exactly what the heck this trilogy was. And that's exactly what happened. That's pretty much what happened with the with the Poop Awakens. Then the last poop, okay, the last Jedi, was a complete train wreck, because then they fully went on to push the entire agenda, that stupid idiot Kennedy, who completely ruined the entire franchise. Disney, seriously, like, Mickey Mouse should be hung for this. Like, I don't understand what the heck they were thinking about when they hired this idiot. It was kind of like Julie Taymor, when she did Spider-Man on Broadway, when she was the one producing it. What the hell? She didn't know anything about the comics. She completely destroyed it, made it all about Arachnia, not even about Spider-Man. It was a complete poop fest. I went to see that because I was working in Broadway at the time. I couldn't believe what a poop of a mess that was. And this is exactly what happens when you hire an idiot that has no idea what the heck Star Wars was about. Then they said, oh, please, dear God, after all this poop fest, this redigested, recycled, refried poop that we just crapped out, we want J.J. Abrams back, and please, J.J., fix it. Now, why am I saying they told him fix it? Because you could obviously see he had creative freedom in this one compared to the first one, okay? You're starting to see a lot of anamorphic lens things, which they had over there in the original, but you're seeing more of it. Classic JJ. You're seeing stories from JJ. Very stupid thing that they did was bring back Palpatine. In fact, even the original actor who spoke to George Lucas after the prequels, he said, will Palpatine be back? And obviously the answer was no. He got thrown out. And that's what happened. They bring back Palpatine. I don't know what JJ was thinking. But look, I don't blame him for that, because he had to fix such a poop of a mess that Disney made. And basically you could literally tell the story was so dry that they took a checklist and they just said, okay, check. Okay, we fixed this, check. And that's what it felt like. Like they took a checklist in there. Now, don't get me wrong, JJ did a great job. This is a good movie. It's just sad that we can't get rid of, like, that this isn't the first movie somehow, or even the second, and have the last Jedi erased and have that as the second one, and then a third one. That would have been great, because he would have been able to fix it probably a little more. Unfortunately, they didn't. Bringing back Palpatine is the stupidest thing they could have ever done. Who do you bring back? Something every Star Wars fan has been dying to see. Darth Plagueis, for freak's sake. They should have brought Plagueis back. That would have been awesome if they would have brought Plagueis. That would have been insane. Any other freaking Sith Lord, it would have been insane. But then they had to explain it in a way. And I remember when I first started filming, I used to do mistakes like that when I was in high school filming. I used to do the same exact thing, trying to explain to the audience what was going on, when it's better they discover it on their own, like something like that. So they made it so stupid. No, I think he came back through dark, Sith science and blah, blah, blah. And, they made another Palpatine, or they cloned him, or whatever. And you could clearly see how dry that is and how stupid that is. Now, I have no issue. In fact, I said the only way, and you guys could see that in my original review that I did a while back, like long before, I said they could fix this if they make Rey a Palpatine. And I'm glad that he made her a Palpatine, but he shouldn't have brought Palpatine back. The fact that she's a Palpatine was amazing. That's good. Now you could kind of tell why she's so gifted, why she has that struggle in her, all of that cool stuff. I think that would have been really cool. But what the hell happened with, with all the characters there? Everybody else was dry. Finn should have you could clearly see that he has the Force in him, but you could clearly see that JJ didn't have time to tell the story, that he just leaked out little clues on every little thing that he did. So I believe, as I told you guys before in The Force Awakens, that The Force Awakens was really awakened in Finn. I believe that Finn himself is Mace Windu's grandson. I really do believe that. I think that would be epic. And him doing revenge on the Skywalker family would have been even epic if he goes all rogue and dark and then he comes back and everything becomes nice and dandy. This was so stupid. The second Kylo Ren from the beginning removed his helmet, he became Krylo Ren. All you saw was bitching and tearing, and it was just horrible. It was a train wreck. And I think if he would have somehow put it, but again, I can't blame JJ because he had such a small time to work, because you're forgetting one thing also. Leia died, a lot of things died, so I know a lot of fans are angry, but you could see all of the restraints that happened to JJ on this. Now I can understand why you guys are miffed about him, selling out, but if this is your bread and butter job, and Disney gives you the position and you didn't know it was going to be like that, and then you're in too deep and there's no turning back. The poor guy, JJ, knows he's going to lose, every little thing. If Disney, if he screws with Disney, he's got to do what he's got to do. I'm not excusing it or anything, but I understand it. And the thing is, I think he did a good job with this, especially with Leia, how they explain it, how Leia was trained by Luke, which was what happened. Luke trained Leia, and that was cool. I really like that they had parts of those backstories, and then they bring it in there, and they kind of try to revive it by bringing, Calrissian and everybody that was like old school to try to kind of revive, to kind of get us all amazed and really happy about it. I was angry that, Darth Vader's ghost wasn't there. Force Ghost wasn't there. I really would have loved to see his Force Ghost at least there, trying to talk to him and everything. But he hears, Rey hears all the voices of Anakin and everybody. If you kind of like see it, you kind of depict it and all that stuff. And that was pretty cool. But here's the thing, like, the fact they didn't bring Obi-Wan Kenobi, the fact they didn't bring, Qui-Gon Jinn, the fact they didn't bring Anakin's spirit into it, a lot of things were extremely stupid. Now, I know that, Disney has something planned, for, Christensen, and, in the later, thing, probably in Obi-Wan Kenobi or whatever, so maybe that's why they didn't want to put all their eggs in one basket. But the thing is, it would have been awesome to have them there. There were so many dry characters. Poe was made out to look like a complete idiot. Again, pushing the agenda, having the females as the big and strong, which I have no problems with. But, as long as you do it in the right way and not destroy a story. And it's, again, I do hate that, because I don't think they should bring modern day politics into Star Wars, since Star Wars had women and men fighting side by side, kicking butt and taking names. It was equality. It was beautiful. It was a gorgeous time to be a Star Wars fan in the original series. This, unfortunately, is a poop fest, okay? It's Disney trying to preach, their agenda, trying to push it onto people, all modern day politics, because probably that's who are their fundraisers. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but you can clearly see that in the entire saga. And I think that's what pissed off so many fans. It wasn't that they were trying to push girl power. It's not that, like, JJ was saying, because he's an idiot, that he sold out. But again, I understand. But it's not all of that. The reason why this happened is because people know they were too busy pushing the agenda and completely ignored the story. So many characters they just pushed over. Okay, like everybody just didn't matter. It was so dry and stupid. It went nowhere. Okay, and then in the end, and here's a spoiler, obviously, you're not missing much. I understand why Kylo's spirit wasn't there, Force Ghost wasn't there, because they're a diode, and he lives on in her. I'm just glad Disney didn't do something stupid like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer ending, where, let's say, Rey and him die. I would have loved that if that would have happened, but I wouldn't have liked if Disney would have said, now everybody can be a Jedi, and all of that, and completely destroy the entire saga with that poop fest of an ending. But no, they made Kylo Ren die, which was so freaking stupid, and he was crying. All he does is freaking cry. He cried the entire freaking time, and then finally in the end, he's about to die, he smiles and cries and freaking dies. Unbelievable. Kylo Ren, not Kylo. He was literally my favorite character of all time. Well, actually, I gotta say Starkiller is. But he was definitely my second favorite. And what the hell was up with the Knights of Ren? I wanted them to do a movie in between, like Rogue One, not completely, micromanaged by Disney like Rogue One was, how amazing it turned out. I would have loved to see a Knights of Ren movie. And what did they do the entire time? This was the Knights of Ren. It was like extras, for freak's sake. They were background actors. That's all they were. They probably didn't even get paid much to do this garbage. And then in the end, they're not really the Knights of Ren. The whole thing about the Knights of Ren, and I urge you guys to read, I'm not going to ruin this for you. Go ahead and read about the Knights of Ren. This thing was not the Knights of Ren. This garbage was the Knights of Palpatine. Okay? Senator Palpadouche. Okay? That's his guards right there. That is his knights. They have nothing to do with Kylo Ren. That's how stupid they made this with their medieval weapons. And then these guys literally killed Jedis. And I'm not gonna ruin the story for you because this is another thing. This is actually a good story, and I want you guys to read it. But then he completely kills them in like seconds, bashing them and destroying them. It was so stupid. And then you could clearly see that JJ was trying to improve on what they did in the first part, how they destroyed it by making Rey so big and bad that she just learned her moves and completely is, kicking butt and taking names. What happened? She goes to him, and you could have killed me, to try to kind of give back to the fans. See, he could have killed her, but he didn't. This is how it would have been great in The Force Awakens. They battle it out, right in the snow, all this stuff. She gets angry, she's hitting him, she's whatever. Then he beats the hell out of her, kisses her, tosses her on the ground, okay, goes on his freaking ship and moves around, and she's pissed looking at him like one day she's gonna do something, and just like Luke Skywalker, how he trained, and eventually beats, Kylo Ren. That would have been freaking epic, okay? I loved the fact how they revealed that she's a Palpatine. That was freaking awesome. I think that was really cool. And you could clearly see that also Finn, he knows when she's on the ship. He says he feels the Force. All of these things. I think they should have played more in the second part. They should have played more on Finn himself. Okay, and then they try to repair what they did to Poe, which they made him a complete idiot because, all men are idiots. That's what they're preaching. And so what they did was, they made Leia put him as after she died, put him in command. Why the hell would you put an idiot like him in command? Okay, that's how stupid it is. If you're already preaching an agenda, I understand JJ trying to fix it, and that's great. But at the same time, it just didn't feel right. Okay, Poe's character was supposed to be like freaking, it was supposed to be like Han freaking Solo. Okay, he was supposed to be a Han Solo of today. And they made him a complete idiot, a complete moron. And Finn, and I'm sorry, I know a lot of guys were all pissed off, and oh my god, and then you had some racist idiots out there saying, Finn's a black man, he shouldn't be as a stormtrooper. I was laughing my butt off because I used to debate with these idiots online, and I would say, oh really? I said, did you know the original stormtrooper were all Polynesian? Okay, so the fact that they allow a black guy, there's nothing wrong with that. Stormtrooper could be any color. So get over yourself, It's stupid things like that also that contributed. These guys are not fans at all of the Star Wars series, because if they were, they would have already known that. And I really loved Finn's character, and it pissed me off how dry they made him. I really wanted to see him. I thought in this one he was going to come out, and I said this, the only way they could save it is turning Rey into a Palpatine, making her a Palpatine, and I said this, you guys can see. And I said, if he could be, Mace Windu's son, I would totally freaking love it. That's what I said. And it's sad that they only gave little clues. Maybe Disney, because Disney right now has a lot planned for, how Disney milks everything. That's the positive thing that came out of Disney. At least there's, they're having, Galaxy's Edge and Disney World. I think that's cool because it gives us, the fans, we love it. We love Star Wars, whether, they destroyed an entire saga, but they'll still have the replicas of Darth Vader there that you could purchase. That's going to be an exact replica, not like a little toy piece of poop. You have your own custom-made sabers you can make there. Now, you guys know a lot of people took advantage of saber making, overcharging thousands of dollars for lightsabers that don't go up in price because they're not, they're not authorized. They don't have the, the sigil or the okay from Disney or, from Lucas films at the time. So it is good to see an exact replica and all these cool things happening. And also to have the experience of, what Disney's about to do with Galaxy's Edge. They're about to do hotels if they didn't do it already, which I plan to go, and I'm going to do a whole shoot for you guys. My wife and I plan to go there somewhere around October possibly. So I'll give you guys the entire walkthrough of everything. It's expensive though, $400 I heard. It's a night to stay in that hotel, but believe me, I'll stay there probably a day or two with my wife, and I'm going to film everything for y'all so you'll know if it's worth it or not. And I'll tell you if it's worth it or not as well. Or even if, let's say, you can't afford it, well, you'll be able to see it on on the screen. I'm saving up for it right now. Like, really, like my wife and I were like being cheap to each other with gifts and all of that stuff to try to save up for that moment. So don't worry about it, guys. We're going to do an entire series for you guys to see that. But the thing is, that's the positive that came out of that. And now they're going to revive a lot of these things. Like, we're going to have an Obi-Wan Kenobi. If they don't ruin it, it's going to be great. I would love to see a Starkiller thing. I'm about to do a short film of Starkiller. I don't know if that's going to exactly be theirs, if they're going to make it canon, if they're going to do anything with that. But there's going to be a lot of stories, and Christensen is actually going to come back to do a film or something like that. That's what I heard. I don't know. Again, I'm not a person of rumors, but this is what I heard, buzzing around. So maybe that's why they didn't bring him in. I still think it's really stupid. They should have brought Christensen in to go there. I think that they should have all stood together, Christensen, Leia, and Luke Skywalker together, like grandfather, like father, son, and daughter. That would have been so cool. And then she says, "I'm a Skywalker." That would have been a great way to end it. They didn't have it. Kylo shouldn't have died. I think it was stupid. If he dies, I think they both should have died and leave it at that. And then I think that would have been so epic if Mace Windu's grandson, he wakes up and you don't even say anything that he's Mace Windu's son, grandson. What happens is they both die, and The Force Awakens, everybody suddenly knows because Finn starts to feel it, does something crazy, and you see him doing something, and then it ends right there in a cliffhanger. That would have been epic, yo. But they didn't do that. They made it so freaking stupid. And to bring Palpatine back was so freaking dumb. That was the dumbest thing. I would have loved to see Plagueis. I would have loved to see Plagueis in the house over there. I really feel horrible about that. I think it was the dumbest thing they could have ever done when they brought Senator Palpadouche back. It was extremely stupid to do that. It's like, I made Snoke. Bring back freaking, I don't know. There's so many Siths to choose from that you don't even have to bring anything back. Bring somebody new. But I would have loved to see Plagueis. I think all of us Star Wars fans wanted this to happen, and unfortunately that didn't, but who knows. Now Disney is going to come out with their little episodes. I hope and pray to God they learn from their stupid mistakes, because you could clearly see in the third movie they begged JJ, okay? They didn't beg him, they probably just told him, please, dear God, fix this shit. Okay, now finally they're fixing it. They try to fix it. You could clearly see that the story still wasn't good, and they were just checking off things off the list, but perhaps now they're going to start, moving into the right direction. Mandalorian, I like the series, but I think it's stupid too. Again, pushing a female agenda, not the male. You could clearly see the woman is kicking his butt, toying around with him like nothing, beating him, and, all of this stuff. If you guys saw Mandalorian, even the one that, she's like, the acting is so over the top. It kind of reminds me of Hercules and Xena, over the top acting. Guys, Disney, please, I hope you're listening. We don't need to bring modern day politics into it. We know women are just as badass as men, and we know men are badass as women. We know men and women they have smart ones and we have dumb ones. Okay, we don't need this to be preached to us. We like to escape the politics, okay? We like to escape the real world. That's the magic of cinema. Okay, we want to explore, when we go into that, we want to explore new worlds. We want to be there. We want to be engulfed in a new world where it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. We all come together for the love of freaking films. So guys, please stop preaching this poop. You can clearly see that's what happened with Ghostbusters. It was a poop fest when they tried to do that. And now, thank God, Dan Aykroyd's going to save it with this one. We'll see what the heck happens here with the new Ghostbusters movie. I'm going to do a review for you guys on that as well. I hope you guys like what I say here. If you don't, I want to hear in the comments down below, what did you think of this movie? If you didn't see it, trust me, you dodged the bullet. It's probably better you didn't. Now, I am going to say this. If Disney did this, if let's say Lucasfilms, Lucas came up to them and he said, George Lucas, and he said, Disney, the prequels absolutely was a poop fest as well. Okay, all he did was bitch and cry, Darth Vader. Everything was ridiculous. Jar Jar and all this crazy crap was so stupid. Please make people cherish the prequels. And I liked some of the prequels. I liked some of the parts in the prequels. It's nothing compared to the original or Rogue One, but it was nice. I loved Darth Maul. I thought that was awesome. I love that Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan story there, seeing, little Anakin Skywalker grow up and then stoop a lady who's like twice his age. But they had some good parts in there. But it would be funny if he told them, guys, make me look good, and they did that to make him look good. Then I'm going to say Disney, mission accomplished, because people actually loved it. I'm seeing it on my VR system and, episode 1, 2, and 3. And we're looking at it on the VR, and you sit with a lot of people. Like I told you, it's like a movie theater. And you hear people talking, and everybody said, hey, guys, look at this. Don't you kind of cherish the prequels now? Before we attacked it, now we cherish it after this, after this trilogy. And it's true. This is just so freaking horrible. And guys, you dodged the bullet if you didn't see it. If you did see it, I want to know what you guys think. Am I correct? Do you think I'm right when what I'm saying here? Did the actors were so underdeveloped? Did they make any sense at all, or were they dry? I say they're extremely dry. Was it a good idea to bring Palpatine back? Wouldn't Darth Plagueis make a way better character? Let me know down below. As always, guys, I don't get paid to tell you guys something's good when it's not. That's what these paid-for idiot reviewers do. We don't do that on our channel. On our channel, we review everything. This is the people's freaking channel. We make the laws. We make the decisions. I review it. I'm giving back to the community, and you're giving back to the community by commenting down below in what I call the forum section to let people make better informed decisions. Even my dog is pissed off right now. Okay? Let me show you how ticked off she is right here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Start to hold her. Here we go. That's her. This is Ronnie. That's my little baby that always screams. So guys, even she's ticked off. I know. Dear God. No. Calm down. I know. Don't worry. They'll make another Star Wars movie. Hopefully it won't be a poop fest. If it will, I have to pick it up anyway. I have to pick up your poop all the time, so you know how it is. Let me let her down. But that's what I think. I want to know what you guys think down below. Have a good one, y'all. If you like what you see, definitely share, subscribe, hit that like button and the bell button. Let's together make YouTube amazing, that we can give people, we can give them an ability to make better informed decisions from real people, real reviewers, not paid for yuppies. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye. As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini-series to unboxings to technology, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button, as many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.